Hi everyone, we are from Group 3 Tutorial 4. Today, our group will be presenting on Chapter 11, Motivating and Rewarding Employees. These are our group members. We are in a group of 10, which includes me, Alisha Hani, Nur Sabarina, Zheng Liran, Lee Sin Tong, Shifa Salsabila, Angeline Teo, Shuhaila Alam, Auni, Fu Yuanyi, and Harish. Next is the table of contents. We will be talking about Chapter 11 discussion questions, Case Application 1, 1 for the money, Case Application 1, 10-point summary, Case Application 2, unlimited vacation time, really? And also Case Application 2, 10-point summary. So, we will now start with Chapter 11 discussion questions.
Why do managers have to worry so much about employee motivation issues? Managers have to worry about employee motivation because simply having a job does not mean employees will automatically perform well. Employees may come to work every day, but without motivation, they may work slowly, make mistakes, and show little commitment or feel dissatisfied. Motivation directly affects how much effort employees put into their work, how well they perform their tasks, and whether they stay with their organization. Since organizations depend on people to achieve their goals, managers must ensure employees are motivated so that productivity, work quality, and job satisfaction remain high. In short, managers worry about motivation because people are the engine of the organization and motivation is the fuel. What is motivation? Explain 3 key elements of motivation. Motivation is the reason why a person wants to do something. In management, motivation means the process that encourages employees to work hard, stay focused, and keep trying to achieve goals. Explain 3 key elements of motivation. First is intensity, how hard someone tries. This refers to how much effort a person puts into their work. Example, 2 students do homework. One student tries very hard and the other only tries a little. The one who tries harder shows higher intensity, but effort must be used in the right direction, not just working hard without purpose. Second is direction, effort toward the right goal. Direction means the effort is aimed at the correct goal. For example, running fast is good, but running in the wrong direction will not help you win in a race. For employees, effort must support organizational goals, not personal or irrelevant tasks. The last one is persistence, how long someone keeps trying. Persistence refers to how long a person continues trying even when things are difficult. For example, a child learning to ride a bicycle keeps trying after failing. At work, motivated employees do not give up easily. They stay committed over time.
Next, let's talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, focusing on the core differences between lower level and higher level needs. First, we will discuss lower level needs. These include physiological needs as safety needs, which are the basic requirements for human survival and security. For example, having enough food and clothes, and having a stable income, or having job security. These needs are mainly met by external factors such as salary and the company's safety system. Now let's look at higher level needs. They encompass social needs, esteem needs, and self-actualization needs. The core of this interpersonal connection gain recognition and personal growth. For instance, having meaningful job, receiving respect from colleagues, or having opportunities for career advancement. These needs are mainly met by internal factors. The most crucial difference between the two lies in the state of motivation. Once lower level needs are fully satisfied, they lose their motivating effect. However, if the higher level needs are not met, they will continue to generate a motivating effect. The next question is, what role does money play in employee motivation? The answer varies depending on different motivation theories. When Maslow's hierarchy of needs theories, money is a tool to satisfy lower level needs. It can address physiological needs, such as covering expenses for food, clothing, housing, transportation, and entertainment, and safety needs, such as saving for security and the career security brought by salary. However, once basic needs are met, the incentive effect of money will weaken. To Victor theory, money belongs to the hedge factor, which can only prevent employee dissatisfaction, but cannot directly bring job satisfaction and motivation. 3. In the equity theory, money serves as a benchmark of comparison. Employee will compare the one's salary with their own input, and then compare it with the output-input ratio of others. The unfair distribution of money is one of the most common and intense reasons for employees to feel unfair. For in the expectancy theory, money is potential reward. Its motivating effect depends on three conditions. Firstly, employees believe that hard work can lead to high performance. Secondly, employees believe that high performance can result in monetary rewards. Thirdly, employees themselves have a desire for money. As long as one of these conditions is not met, the motivating effect of money will be greatly reduced. 5. Motivating for high achievement needs. Money is a feedback indicator of success. This type of employee values achievement itself rather than monetary compensation.
Today, I will talk about what happens when employers feel their work inputs don't give fair outcomes compared to others. This is input-output inequality. First, let's define it simply. Inputs are things like overtime, skills, and project work. Outcomes are salary raises, promotions, or public recognition. When employers think their effort unrewarded fairly, big problems follow. They'll cycle at work, put in less effort, do tasks carelessly, and lower performance. Mentally, they'll feel frustrated and unhappy, losing job satisfaction fast. Some will even act out, quit the company non-stop, or routine mood. Trust in the company's reward system and management also break down, and they'll refuse to cooperate in teamwork, dragging down the whole team's efficiency. In short, this inequality hurts morale, productivity, and the company's stability. For managers, fixing this unfair perception is crucial to keeping employees motivated. In the Fundamentals of Management chapter on motivating employees, we have Case Application 1, One for the Money, which explores the UK's real living wage movement. From the 1999 national minimum wage to companies like AQ and Chalice FC volunteering paying above legal minimums. Today, I will analyze whether the case backs the myth that money is the only employee's motivator. The myth claims money is the only motivator for employers. That pay alone drives enthusiastic work. But as you see, my conclusion is clear. The case does not support the math. These are two core evidences, proving money isn't the sole motivator. Motivation goes beyond money. Higher pay boosts motivation, but so did better quality of life. Employers cover the bills and the mortgages, gaining financial stability that lifted their work drive. A sense of fairness. They felt respected by companies paying a living wage, building emotional loyalty and belonging. Non-monetary positive outcomes. The living wage also delivered organization benefits. 40% turnover drop at Bulldog, cut hiring training costs for business. 86% of surveyed firms got a reputation boost, driving more customers and top talent. In short, motivation comes from financial security and emotional fulfillment, not just money.
Hi everyone, my name is Shifa Salsabila. My matrix number is 242274225. So for this question number 11.12, we're asked whether the increase in motivation is caused by something other than just getting extra money. Based on the case study, I think the answer is yes. The higher motivation doesn't come only from the pay rise itself, but also from how the employees feel after receiving a real living wage. First of all, when workers are paid a living wage, they feel less stressed about money, right? They can afford their basic needs like food, rent, and bills, so they're not constantly worrying about their financial problem anymore. Because of that, they can focus better at work and also feeling more motivated. Another important point is that employees feel more appreciated and respected by their employers. Being paid fairly makes them feel valued, and that really affecting their attitude toward their job. We can see this clearly in the example of IKEA from the case study. After introducing the real living wage, many IKEA employees said that their quality of life improved and they felt more motivated at work. This shows that fair pay has a psychological effect, not just a financial one. So in the overall, the motivation increase isn't just about getting more money. It's also about feeling secure, valued, and happier at work, which benefits both the company and also the employees. So, continuing from question 11.12, we've seen that the increase in motivation isn't just about getting extra money, but also about feeling valued, less stress, and more secure at work, right? So we're moving on to question 11.13, which asks whether these benefits to the organization will still be seen if middle or higher wage level were increased, and the answer is yes. The case study shows that higher wage leads to clear organizational benefits such as reduced staff turnover, better recruitment and retention, and stronger employee commitment. These benefits don't only apply to lower paid employees. Middle and higher level workers also responding positively when they feel like their pay is fair and reflect their effort. When employees at all levels feel valued, they are more likely to stay with the company, right? Be more engaged and perform better. This helps the organization save costs in the long term, especially when it comes to hiring and training new staff. For example, companies like IKEA and other living wage foundation accredited businesses reported that better motivation and a stronger reputation after increasing wage. This suggests that a wage increase can improve overall performance, not just individual satisfaction. So overall, increased wage at different levels can still bring long-term benefits to the organization, especially in terms of loyalty, motivation, and performance. Thank you. I'll pass it to the next partner.
Hello everyone, my name is Angeline Thiel, matric number 242-18132, and I'll be discussing about long-term issues in the increase of wage levels. While rising wages can improve living standards for workers, it is also important to consider the potential drawbacks. Higher wages don't always benefit the economy evenly, where they can create challenges for businesses, workers, and the wider market. Let's look at 4 key issues that show the complexity of wage increases. The first one is financial burden on smaller firms. Small businesses often operate on very narrow profit margins, meaning they don't have much financial flexibility. When wages rise, these smaller firms may struggle to absorb the additional costs. Unlike larger firms, they might not have the same access to credit or capital to help them adjust. This can lead to several consequences such as reducing hiring, postponing expansion plans, or cutting back on innovation and staff training. While employees may see the immediate benefits from the higher pay, the long-term effects can be more damaging. Some small businesses may even shut down if they cannot keep up with the higher labor costs. This reduces the competition in the market, allowing larger firms to dominate. Over time, that can harm consumers through higher prices and fewer choices. The second one is no guaranteed improvement in job quality. Higher pay doesn't necessarily mean better working conditions. Employers facing increased labor costs might look for ways to maintain their profitability. For instance, they could reduce employee hours, remove certain benefits, or increase their workloads to make up for the higher wages. This means that even if workers earn more per hour, they might not actually feel better off since they could experience more stress, exhaustion, or job insecurity. In some cases, firms may even rely more on part-time or contract workers to keep costs down, which reduces the job stability. So, while the wage might be higher, the overall quality of employment, including work-life balance and security, may decline. Third one is increasing automation and job losses. When the cost of human labor rises, businesses will look for alternatives, and one major alternative is automation. Technological solutions such as self-checkout machines, automated warehouses, or AI-based systems can become more interesting when wages rise, especially in industries that rely heavily on low-skilled workers, such as retail, hospitality, and logistics. As a result, some workers could find themselves replaced by machines or software, leading to job displacement. If these workers are not given opportunities to retrain or get new skills, they may struggle to find employment in other sectors. This creates a risk of deepening inequality, where high-skilled workers who can adapt to new technologies benefit, while low-skilled workers are left behind. The last one is reduce wage gaps and employee dissatisfaction. Reducing wage gaps, or also known as wage compression, can lead to dissatisfaction among more experienced or higher skilled employees. When the difference in pay between new and senior staff becomes too small, those who have invested time and effort into developing their skills may feel undervalued. This can lower motivation and weaken their morale, as workers begin to feel that extra effort or experience is not being fairly rewarded. Businesses might then feel pressured to raise wages across all job levels to maintain fairness and retain their talents. However, this increases overall costs and can create internal tension within the workplace. In the long run, such dissatisfaction may reduce productivity, increase turnover, and even affect organizational culture, as employees lose trust in the fairness of the pay structure. That's all from me. Thank you. Moving on to the summary of case study 1. The UK introduced the national minimum wage in 1999 to guarantee a basic hourly rate. This minimum wage is reviewed annually by an independent body and increased each year. The Living Wage campaign began in 2001 to push for wages high enough to cover real living costs. In 2016, the UK government created the national living wage for workers aged 25 and over. Employers who fail to meet legal wage requirements risk investigation and possible prosecution. Many companies choose to pay more than the legal minimum through the Living Wage Foundation. By 2019, more than 4,700 employers, including a third of FTSE 100, were accredited living wage employers. IKUK adopted the real living wage in 2016, increasing wages for 7,300 employees. Chelsea FC became the first Premier League club to adopt the living wage in 2014, including contractors. Research shows that living wage employers report better recruitment, retention, motivation, and reputation. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Suhaila Alam and my matric number is 24217029. Today, along with my teammates, we are going to discuss case application number 2, that is unlimited vacation policy. An unlimited vacation policy is a workplace policy in which employees are not given a fixed number of paid leave days. Instead, they are allowed to take as much paid time off as needed, provided their work responsibilities are met and their absence is approved by the management. The policy is based on mutual trust, flexibility, and accountability, where employees are expected to manage their own time responsibly without negatively affecting productivity or team performance. So, there ought to be pros and cons of this policy for both employees and organizations. Firstly, let's look at it from a employee's point of view. Getting unlimited vacation time surely sounds great, and it does improve an employee's work life balance as they're able to manage time according to their schedule. The case highlights that many employees feel overworked and stressed due to deadlines and constant availability. An open vacation policy encourages them to rest and recharge, which can improve mental health and job satisfaction. It also gives them a sense of trust and belonging that the company thinks of them as their own, as they would with top level executives. This increases their loyalty towards the company, and they are likely to stay longer and contribute to the company's growth. However, it might not be as good as it sounds. Let me explain why. When the decision making is left on employees as to how many days of leaves they want to take, they might feel strained. Under an unlimited policy, employees may take even less time off due to fear of appearing uncommitted or being judged by managers or colleagues. There might also be a sense of unfairness when everyone, regardless of their position in the company, are given the same benefits. Now, let's look at the advantages and disadvantages from an organization's perspective. The first thing that would come to a lot of people's mind hearing unlimited vacation policy is, what if they all take off at the same time? That would interrupt the whole workflow of the company. It would also make managers feel uncomfortable approving or rejecting leave requests without clear rules, leading to inconsistent decisions and complaints. However, this policy surely will give them an edge in terms of hiring skilled employees. Employee retention may increase due to this policy as well. When employees are well rested, motivated, and focused, naturally their productivity will be high and they will produce quality output, which in turn will benefit the company. Thank you.
Next, I will be discussing why some companies are moving towards unlimited vacation policies and whether this approach is feasible for small companies. In recent years, unlimited vacation has gained attention as a modern HR practice. However, while it sounds attractive, it also raises an important question about its effectiveness and practicality. One key reason companies adopt unlimited vacation policies is to reduce employee stress and overworked employees. Many professionals today feel overwhelmed due to tight deadlines, frequent meetings, and also unexpected crises. Unlimited vacation is introduced to encourage employees to take breaks when needed, supporting their mental health and also overall well-being. Their idea is that when employees are well rested, they become more engaged, more productive, and more motivated at work. Interestingly, research shows that employees often do not fully use unlimited vacations. For example, from the paragraph, a survey of American workers found that employees on average only use 16.8 days out of 22 available vacation days. This suggests that companies view unlimited vacation as a low risk since many employees actually hesitate to take times off. This reluctancy may be caused by workload pressures, fear of being seen less committed, or a strong workplace norm. Another major reason companies offer unlimited vacation is because of recruitment competitiveness. Companies such as Kronos also initially struggled to attract qualified professionals in a tight labor market. Offering unlimited vacation helped them stand out and appeal to skilled employees who value flexibility and also their own autonomy. This policy is especially popular among large companies such as Netflix and also LinkedIn, where performance is measured by results rather than hours worked. However, unlimited vacation policies are often less feasible for smaller companies. Based on Kronos' experience, such policies can lead to ambiguity in scheduling, as well as concerns about fairness and equity among employees. Small companies usually have fewer employees and less flexibility, making it actually harder to manage workloads when multiple employees take time off. Unlike large organizations, small companies may also lack formal HR system as well as resources for manager training and coaching, which is essential to manage unlimited vacations effectively. In conclusion, while limited vacation policies can reduce stress and improve recruitment, they are better suited for larger organizations with strong management structure. For small companies, careful training, planning, and clear guidelines are necessary before adopting such policies.
Hi everyone, my name is Alisha Hani binti Husam and I will be talking about question 11-17. What impact might managers or team leaders have on whether employees actually take advantage of an unlimited vacation policy? When we talk about unlimited vacation policies, whether employees actually use them depends a lot on managers or team leaders. Even if the policy exists on paper, managers play a big role in shaping how comfortable employees feel about taking time off. I'll explain this using 4 main points, which are role modeling, manager attitude and support, workload planning, following by communication and expectation. First, managers act as role models. Employees usually look at their manager's behavior before deciding what is acceptable. If managers take vacation themselves, employees feel more confident doing the same. But if managers never take leave or keep replying to emails even while they are on vacation, employees may feel pressured to use the vacation policy. In the Kronos case, the lack of clear norms made managers uncomfortable, and that uncertainty influenced employees' behavior. So even with unlimited vacation, what managers do matters more than what the policy says. Second, manager attitude and support play a major role. Supportive managers who value work-life balance encourages employees to have time off and rest. When managers show understanding and encourages rest, employees are more comfortable using the policy. On the other hand, if managers show negative attitude, employees may avoid taking leave even when it is allowed, or they may also look for approval before using the policy. This shows that unlimited vacation only works when managers genuinely support the idea, not just formally approve it. Continuing with the third point, managers control workload planning and whether taking leave is realistic. Unlimited vacation sounds good, but it doesn't work if employees feel their work will pile up. So, proper planning makes taking leave easier. Managers are responsible for setting deadlines and planning schedules. If this planning is good, employees can go on vacation without having to worry about their tasks. On the other hand, if this planning is poor, employees may feel guilty about taking time off or worry about affecting their team. For example, in the case, some managers were concerned about juggling schedules and resolving conflicts. This shows that workload management directly affects whether employees can actually use the policy. Finally, clear communication and expectation from managers reduces uncertainty. Unlimited vacation can be confusing because there are no fixed rules. Employees may worry about taking too much time off. That is why managers need to clearly explain expectation and clarify what is acceptable. For example, how to request leave, what reasonable usage looks like, and how performance will be assessed. Lack of clarity leads to hesitation and anxiety. For example, in the Kronos case, HR had to provide training and coaching so managers could better explain the policy. Clear communication helps employees to feel more secure and confident. To conclude, managers strongly influence whether unlimited vacation is actually used through their role modeling, supportive attitude, workload planning, and clear communication, managers determine whether this policy becomes meaningful or just remains just a theory on paper. That is all from me, and I will now pass it to the next presenter. Thank you.
My name is Rinyi, and now I'll continue to talk about question 18. Do you think there might be generational differences in how employees feel about unlimited vacation? Explain your answer. First of all, unlimited vacation means employees can take as much time off as they need, without a fixed limit. Companies like Netflix, Corners, and LinkedIn have adopted this policy to attract talented professionals, improve employee satisfaction, and reduce work stress. But perceptions vary by generations, and understanding these differences is key to making the policy effective. Unlimited vacation may sound attractive, but employees from different generations perceive it very differently. For baby boomers, unlimited vacation can feel uncomfortable. They grew up in a work environment with clear rules, seniority-based benefits, and fixed vacation days. Because of this, a regular policy may create uncertainty. They may worry about fairness, about whether taking too much leave looks irresponsible or whether manager will judge them negatively. As a result, baby boomers may actually underuse unlimited vacation even when it is available, because they associate commitment with physical presence at work. In addition, Generation X tends to be more independent and practical. They value work-life balance, but they are also very task-oriented. With unlimited vacation, Gen X employees are likely to take time off responsibly. They usually do not abuse the policy, but instead plan their leave around work route and deadlines. For this group, unlimited vacation works best when expectations are clear and performance is measured by result rather than work hours. Besides, millennials generally respond more positively to unlimited vacation. They value flexibility, autonomy, and trust from the organizations. For them, unlimited vacations signals that the companies cares about employees' well-being. This can increase their job certifications and emotional attachment to the environment. However, this generation may also feel pressure to always be available, especially in competitive environments, which can create a contradiction between flexibility and burnout. Lastly, Gen Z employees are open to unlimited vacation, but they are highly influenced by organizational culture. If managers and senior employees do not take leave, Gen Z may hesitate, even if the policy exists. They rely heavily on behavioral cues and role models to decide what is truly acceptable. This shows that unlimited vacation alone is not enough. Role modeling is important. Overall, this generation differences how that a single policy can be interpreted very differently depending on employees' value and past experiences. Therefore, managers cannot assume that unlimited vacation will motivate all generations in the same way. In terms of motivation, unlimited vacation can have several positive effects. First, it can boost job satisfaction, engagement, and retention because employees feel trusted and valued by the organization. When employees have more control over their time, they are more likely to stay committed to the company. Second, unlimited vacation help attract talent, especially younger generations such as millennials and Gen Z, who place high value on flexibility and work-life balance. Third, if used effectively, unlimited vacation can reduce burnout by allowing employees to rest when needed rather than waiting for a fixed number of days. However, there are also challenges. Some employees may feel guilty about taking time off, especially if their colleagues or managers do not do so. Others may perceive inequity. For example, when new employees seem to take more vacation than long-serving staff. In addition, employees may underuse unlimited vacation if the organizational culture is unclear or does not generally support taking leave. Therefore, companies need to take action. They should provide clear guidance on how unlimited vacation should be used, train managers to support employees from all generations, and clearly communicate that taking vacation is encouraged and will not be penalized. That's all from me, and I'll pass it to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Harish Rao. My metric card number is 25073675. So, the question I got was, how might unlimited vacation affect employee motivation? In answering this question, discuss any relevant motivation theories, early and contemporary, as they relate to this organizational approach. So what is unlimited vacation? So you guys have known what is that meaning previously, but I'll explain it again. So basically, it allows employees to take paid time off without a fixed number of days. The focus is on performance and results rather than just the number of hours worked. This policy is designed to reduce stress and improve work-life balance. So there's two positive, one is positive impact and one is negative impact. So now let's look at the positive impact on motivation. First, employees feel trusted and valued by the organization when they have the freedom to manage their own time off. It also helps reduce burnout and work-related stress, which makes employees more productive and engaged. Plus, it improves work-life balance and can increase overall job satisfaction and commitment to the company. So, next will be negative impact on employee motivation. So, however, there are some challenges. Some employees may feel guilty or afraid to take time off, especially if their colleagues or managers aren't taking much vacation themselves. A lack of clear rules can create uncertainty and stress, and some employees may perceive unfairness, especially between senior employees and new hires. In some cases, employees might even end up taking less vacation than they did before the policy was introduced. Thank you. So, as the question has mentioned, discuss any relevant motivation theories, which is early and contemporary. So now, let's connect these to the motivation theories. So starting with the early theories, which is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, can satisfy safety needs by reducing burnout and stress, and also belonging and esteem needs because employees feel trusted and valued. Next, it will be Hertzberg's two-factor theory views. So vacation as a hygiene factor, and it prevents dissatisfaction but doesn't automatically increase motivation on its own. So next will be contemporary theories. So the first one will be expectancy theory, reminds us that employees may hesitate to take vacation if they think it will negatively impact their performance and evaluation. Next will be equity theory, highlights that potential fairness issues, as some employees may feel it's unfair if everyone receives unlimited vacation regardless of the tenure. And finally is self-determination theory. It emphasizes that autonomy, having control over when and how they take time off, can increase intrinsic motivation, making the employees more engaged and satisfied. So finally, in conclusion, unlimited vacation can really motivate employees if it's managed well. The key is having clear expectations, a supportive culture, and fairness in implementations. Without that, it could be a backfire and actually reduce motivation. Overall, when done thoughtfully, unlimited vacation is a powerful tool for improving employee satisfaction, reducing burnout, and attracting top talents. Thank you.
So, to sum it up, some companies such as Kronos and Netflix offer unlimited vacation as a way to give employees more flexibility and make workplace more attractive. However, even without a fixed limit on leave, many employees still struggle to take time off because of heavy workload and job responsibilities. There is also a generational gap in the workplace where some employees find it difficult to adjust to this policy, while others are more comfortable using it. Many employees feel stressed and overworked and are often hesitant to take leave, especially when managers themselves do not set a good example. Unlimited vacation is mainly introduced to help prevent burnout and improve overall employee morale. The policy can also help companies attract and keep talented employees in competitive job markets. When Kronos introduced its open vacation policy, it received complaints from both managers and employees. Managers and employees raised concerns about the lack of clear rules, particularly around the possible misuse of the policy and fairness in scheduling time off. This type of policy may not work as well for small companies where questions about fairness and equal treatment arise more easily. In the end, unlimited vacation policies work best when there is an open and clear communication, supportive leadership, and careful management. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for sticking with us throughout the presentation. We hope that we were able to give you some insightful knowledge about motivating and rewarding employees.